So in order to really heal our seasonal allergies, we have to focus strongly on this major area of concern, which is called the mucosa. Now, real quick, A, what in the world does the mucosa have to do with my allergies? And then B, what in the heck is a mucosa? All right, real quick, anatomy lesson 101. So we have this tubing, this pipe, this tract, and essentially it connects our mouth to our anus. It's called the alimentary canal, or our digestive tract, and what should be plastered along the walls throughout this pipe is this stuff called the mucosa, which is really just mucus, several layers thick, and it plays a significant role in determining whether or not you or I will develop an allergy to anything on planet Earth and how severe that allergic reaction is going to be. Now, just in short, what it does is something really simple. It just creates this, well, number one, it just creates this absorption gradient or this absorption buffer, which is to say, any food that you eat, the mucosa, that mucus coating, is going to slow down the rate of absorption. And this is the key area here for a few reasons. One, you have to realize 70% of your immune system, or a very large percent of your immune system, is concentrated in your gut throughout your digestive tract. The reason why it is there, concentrated there, is because we have to eat. Or your body knows that it must eat. And your body also knows and recognizes every food stuff you put in your body has an energetic signature unique to that creature, which means it's not you. Your body recognizes every food you put in your body as an enemy automatically. So this mucosa is designed to slow down the rate of absorption, giving your immune system time to recognize it, process it, and understand, okay, this is awesome. It's not a bacteria. It's not some little microscopic organism trying to infect me and kill me. It's just food. That's awesome. Let me recognize it, put my own signatures on it, so that we can utilize it in our body, turn it into an eyeball, a big toe, or some muscle. This is incredibly important. Now, if you didn't have the mucosa in some random spot on your body, it would be the same thing as like you scraped your hand and then you took some lemon juice and you squeezed the lemon juice on your open wound. It would burn like fire. Now, that same thing would go on your gut wall. The only difference is because you have an amassed immune system right where that area of inflammation is, your immune system sees that and then it also recognizes the food type, the energetic signature of that food that caused that reaction. Anyway, so this is an initial triggering source of how you would develop an allergy to something in your environment. Now, that's number one of how the mucosa is fundamentally important in preventing that from happening. We want a thick mucosa there to create this steady but slow absorption buffer so that our immune system has time to recognize the food that we've just eaten and process it accordingly with no inflammation. Now, two, the mucosa also creates a wonderful environment for the healthy probiotics in our body. And guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, this is incredibly important for two reasons. Well, for many reasons. I'm just going to focus on two reasons. The healthy probiotics that live in your gut your entire life, we want a lot of them. The reason why we want a lot of them is because the probiotics in your gut will stimulate your immune system to do two things. I'm saying a lot of twos here. It's by accident. Anyway, okay, so two things fundamentally important. One, our probiotics are going to stimulate our immune cells to create this hormone for the immune system. It's created by the immune system to be received by our own immune system. It's actually called interleukin 10. And what it does is it's an anti-inflammatory protein. Basically, it tells your immune system throughout your entire body to just, hey, you know what? Everything's cool right now. Just be calm, relax, take a chill pill. Everything's good. It's a hormone that does that. Well, not really a hormone, but it's kind of like a hormone that tells your immune system to do that. Now, number two, probiotics also stimulate our body or our immune cells more specifically to express this FOXP3 transcription factor. What in the world is that? Okay, so basically, we have immune cells that cause inflammation or our allergic reaction, and then we have immune cells that block it, that stop it, that reduce inflammation. These cells are called Tregs, or T regulatory cells, and that FOXP3 transcription factor is what controls how many of those regulatory immune cells that we have. Essentially, their job is to maintain homeostasis within our immune system. Now, that might be a foreign term. Basically, homeostasis means balance. It means balance within your body towards itself and your body towards its environment. So you have to understand whatever attitudinal disposition is going on with your immune system in your gut controls the disposition and the nature of your immune system body-wide. So the more we can calm down our immune cells in our gut, the more we will be able to tolerate the pollen or the pet dander or the spore floating around in your room without your nose turning into Niagara Falls or your eyes watering like crazy and your throat itching nonstop. Now, there's a few things that we can do to promote the mucosa, and I think that's obvious. Like, that's great. I love that we know this new information about the mucosa. Now, how do we help it? Well, just really, really simple. There's 4 amino acids that you can take at once that stimulate your body to create the mucosa. Which is really quick. Threonine, serine, proline, and cysteine. Obviously, the L form of these, but when you take them together, your body will start pumping out a healthy mucosa throughout your digestive tract. Now, in the meantime, while you're rebuilding your mucosa, you're still going to be experiencing allergies, and there's a few natural supplements that will really help to not only encourage the mucosa, but also reduce the overall reactivity of our immune system regarding whatever allergen we happen to be exposed to. So 2 really good ones would be Shilajit Resin and black cumin seed oil. Shilajit Resin, it is a plethora of health-promoting effects, but more specifically, when we do have an exposure to some allergen, a white blood cell called a mast cell, for example, is going to be releasing histamine. Histamine is that caffeine for our immune system that would cause our nose to turn into Niagara Falls. Shilajit helps to stabilize and increase the tolerance of these immune cells that would otherwise release an absurd quantity of histamine. Now, this is going to reduce how severe your allergies are, number one. And number two, Shilajit has this stuff in it that promotes mucin, or the mucosa, to form throughout our digestive tract. It is incredibly important. So Shilajit Resin can address both areas of concern. It can immediately address our overreactive immune system and start helping us to produce mucin for our mucosa. Now, black cumin seed oil also pretty much does the same thing. It stimulates the mucosa by stimulating mucin, the building block of our mucosa, and it also helps to regulate the hyperactivity of our immune cells. So in effect, it gives us a higher tolerance of whatever allergen might be in our environment that would otherwise cause a severe allergic reaction. Now, there's something else I want to mention. It doesn't help rebuild the mucosa, but in the meantime, while we are rebuilding it, it plays a significant role in suppressing a part of our immune system that would actually be the little guy that locks on to the pollen or the pet dander or the dirt, whatever you're allergic to. This little guy is called an immunoglobulin. There's 3 kinds that are really antagonistic to our allergies. IgE, you've probably heard of it maybe. IgM, maybe you've heard of it. And then IgG. Basically, this is the guy that grabs onto the pollen and then kind of just brings it over to that mast cell or some white blood cell and says, look what I found here, release some histamine. So the immunoglobulin does that. Anyway, This Propolis is what I'm talking about. Propolis suppresses, or not really suppresses, but it just tells our body, look, you don't need to produce so much of those immunoglobulins traveling throughout your body. So it reduces the overall quantity of our IgE, of our IgM, our IgG. So in effect, our tolerance to whatever allergy we may have goes up. We can experience more of it without overreacting. Furthermore, the Propolis also reduces histamine levels. So it is excellent for actually any type of allergy, helping to control the severity of our reaction. Now, I do want to mention something else, just something for you to focus on. You know, if you've done any research on allergies whatsoever, natural things for them, you're going to come across quercetin, you're going to come across stinging nettle, maybe butterbur, maybe vitamin C, maybe propolis. And just propolis is a bee product, which is not to be confused with pollen. It's a completely different thing. Propolis is better. Anyway, when we're talking about even the Shilajit resin, even the black cumin seed oil, the propolis, which are fantastic, they're only going to be active in your body for about 4 hours. Now, in juxtaposition to the probiotics that are going to be active in your body, that live in your body, they're going to be releasing those stimulatory compounds designed to affect your immune system, to calm it down 24 hours a day. So having a good mucosa for the healthy probiotics to live among, or to live around, live in, live through, create a home for those probiotics is so much more important, because those probiotics will help control and balance your immune system 24 hours a day. Now, but of course, my favorite in the meantime, while you're building all that up, is definitely the black cumin seed oil and Shilajit resin, and then if you want to, the propolis. Like, have you ever heard, hey, take some local honey because it's good for your allergies? It's good for your allergies because it naturally has some propolis in it. Anyway, I wish you all the luck in totally restoring your body's mucosa and reducing your sensitivity to anything that happens to be in your environment. Anyway, cheers.